What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well today. Today I'm going to be covering the newest Oceanic Motocross Series track, which is MX Farm. Now, for any of you that are unaware, the Australian boys, or the Oceanic guys I should say, sorry, I always forget to include the Kiwis as well, they don't really get the best of luck in terms of the aerial championships in this game, just because of the timing of them. I believe both EU and NA aren't at amazing times of the day for them. So they have what we have here, which is the OCE series, the Oceania Motocross Championship. Now, these tracks are, I don't know how long the series, to be fair. This is round 10, like I said. These tracks are created predominantly by Bishop, and I have a feeling, I just think overall, I don't know if it's just from my experience at least, I think they're very heavily slept on. And they are some really, really good quality tracks if you have run out of things like to play already in the game and you're looking for something new. So I have no idea how long this series is, but to my knowledge, the races themselves, at least in my time, they take part. My English is no work. These races happen at 8 a.m. my time. So as you know, these days I'm on a bit of an American sleep schedule, so 8 a.m. just is not feasible for me. I go to bed at 8 a.m. some days and then wake up at maybe like 3, 4 p.m. So not ideal at all. But if you are someone that has an equally poor sleep schedule, but for other reasons, and you are awake whenever these races are going on, definitely give it a go. The only downside I can think of is maybe the higher ping of the players in there, since this game can be a bit funky with the netcode sometimes. But I just want to spin some laps around here, get a little bit more of outdoor practice really as well, and see how the track rides. Now, I did watch, I don't know if it was a video or a live stream, I can't remember, someone in Discord was streaming it. There was an Australian race on not that long ago, and I guess it was just part of the Oceanic series in real life, or Aussie series in real life, and it was surprisingly not a mudder, but it was very, very wet, and the track looked like it had been really, really hard packed before that. So then adding the wetness on top of that made it very, very greasy. I believe it was on the same track that the what's his name? It's going to annoy me. I forget his name all the time. I'll just say Gypsy Tales instead of his actual government tags. Gypsy Tales had a coaching session from Ben Townley, I think it was, at this track in real life. And then I literally, the next week, saw the real boys racing on it, which is quite cool. But yeah, bit of a mudder. It looked very, very slick and really tricky. And it's not something that I keep up to date with too much, I'll be completely honest. But the racing that I saw in that, it looked really, really good. It looked really, really competitive as well. And it's always interesting seeing like up-and-coming Aussie talent as well, being I'll call myself a half Australian fanboy, because I should really still keep an eye out for up-and-coming UK talent. But I'll be honest, boys, I think our country's in the mud for quite a few years to come, at least in terms of the nation side of things. But Australia could be the new wave, you know, could be the new wave with the two brothers leading the charge. There's a whole bunch of new talent coming through the ranks as well, and it's really, really good to see, because I do like the Aussies. I say time and time again, especially if I start streams that are going to the Oceanic time zone and I get a lot of the Oceanic boys sitting in there, I feel like the UK is probably the closest to Australia in terms of mannerisms, sense of humour, all that good stuff. So yeah, I have a soft spot for the Australians. And I'm on this track today because I was having a look through MXB mods and nothing was really catching my eye at all. So then I loaded up MXB Shop as well, and I was just having a quick scroll through to see if there's anything that I may have missed. And this one caught my eye, and then there's also one more that I've not done a video on yet, but I will cover in the next day or two, which I don't think I've seen anyone cover. I don't think I've seen pictures of it, videos. It wasn't on my radar at all, and it came out quite early on in this month of October. So I'm definitely going to give that a go, because it looks really, really good from the screenshots. And I have no idea how I had no idea that it existed until this point, but nice surprise, not too bad. If I am like stuttering a bit and I can't get my words out properly, it is 3:30 a.m. for me right now, and yeah, the sleep schedule is well and truly in the bin. I'm in a bit of a dilemma at the moment. I've been really, really enjoying going to the gym super late. So my gym is a 24-hour gym, and obviously nobody wants to go at like 5 p.m. because that's when everybody gets there. It's absolute chaos. But even if you go maybe like 8 to 10, or even sometimes 10 to midnight, it's still pretty damn busy. You know, it's one of the cheap gyms where it's like 20-25 a month, and it's open 24 hours. Just come and go as you please. It's always going to be super, super busy. But when you go like 1 a.m. and you'll go from maybe 1 until 3 or 1 until 2:30, it's pretty damn quiet, and I really do enjoy a quiet gym. I don't know what when it's super busy, I feel like I can't lock in well enough, but when it's quieter, absolutely fine. Just do what you need to do, and then you can disappear home, and the drive home is really nice and quiet as well because the roads are empty. Absolutely love it. And I don't know if anyone follows me on the old Instagram. Here's a little bit of a selfless plug, LinzaMex on Instagram, if you want to see what I get up to. Very rarely, because I don't post as much as I should do. I posted a picture, I think it's 2 days ago when you're seeing this, of I went on the Stairmaster because I saw a TikTok of this lady going on the Stairmaster, and I'm guessing she's done it before, but it was her attempt to see how long she could stay on the Stairmaster for. And she done 5 hours on the Stairmaster. Went through 3 bottles of water, ate a pack of sweets as well, outstepped her AirPods as well. AirPods ran out of battery, and made it to the 5-hour mark and burned, I think it was 2,100 calories for the whole thing. So I thought, you know what, I'll give that a go. As I still call myself a gym noob, even though I've been on and off many times over the last few years. But we're kind of starting the building blocks going again. So I thought, you know what, I'll give it a go. Stairmaster's not something I gave much love to. Whacked on level 5, which is what she was on as well. And I got to an hour, and the machine put me on cooldown, because you can only go up to an hour on that machine, which kind of sucked. And then I thought, my flow's gone now, it's fine, I'll just get off, and I got on the treadmill for a little bit after that. So yeah, an hour on the treadmill felt pretty good. Burned like 450-ish calories, it might have been a little bit over that. And surprisingly, it wasn't as brutal as I thought it would be. The only issue is in that gym, there's no like TVs on the wall or anything. There's nothing to watch. There's no entertainment. You've just got an orange wall in front of you. If you're on the treadmills, either side of the Stairmaster, you're fine, because in your eye line is the mirrors. So you can look at yourself, you can look at stuff behind you in the mirrors if you want to. But when you go on the Stairmaster, you're above the mirrors, so you're just looking at a blank wall for an hour. I had music in my ears, but other than that, it was raw dogged for the most part. And I enjoyed it. I put my sweat towel over the numbers as well, so I wasn't constantly looking at the time. So I was just singing along to some songs in my head, sometimes a little bit out loud. And then when the hour finished, that was it. I was done, and it felt good for it as well. My legs were a little bit sore the next day. Not like a painful ache. You know, like the hamstrings have got a little bit tight. I probably didn't warm down as much as I probably should have. But I've been enjoying it again. I really have. Me and Linda have been watching what we're eating. We're planning on going away on our first, let's say, abroad holiday together next year. Later in the year, to be fair, probably around September time. Probably when all the kids go back to school in the UK. I know that UK and US schooling, I guess, months aren't the same as each other. In the UK, all the kids go back to school about September time. And let's be honest, who wants to get on a plane and listen to annoying children, or who wants to lay down by the pool and also listen to annoying children? Nobody. At least I don't. So yeah, we go when it's a bit quieter. So what she's been doing is she's gone onto Instagram, looked at the hotel that we're looking to go at, scrolled through all of the tagged pictures, and it is just 9 out of 10 and 10 out of 10 women over and over and over again. So she's basically gone, I want to look like that at this time next year, because it's not fair otherwise. So now we're both just banging out the gym to see how it goes. It's not too bad at all. It's good motivation. I always like having a gym buddy to go with as well. It keeps, I feel like you hold each other liable for the most part. So easier to stay on track, I think. I'm rocking the Supercross setup that I've got on this Yami at the moment. And I'll be honest, it actually still feels absolutely fine. If anybody was in the last live stream I done when I was testing out the Yami, you would have seen the setup I've got on it is really good out the gate, and really good in the whoops as well in Supercross. The issue that I found is the front end was maybe a little bit too springy, to the point where as you'd enter a corner, as the suspension compresses into the corner, it was fine, but then it would rebound in the same corner as well once you just start turning and the weight unreleases, and that was causing you to almost turn twice because the handlebars would twitch a little bit, which I wasn't a big fan of. So I've tried slowing it down a little bit, and I've been very absent from the game the last 2 days or so. I just haven't had much of an interest in playing it again. I think I might have banged out too many hours too soon in the first week of the new OEMs coming out, so I can't really comment on it too much. But one thing that does seem to be helpful is when you do have these like tiny little breaks here and there, I feel like you come back forgetting what the old bikes were like even more, and it definitely helps me out. Like, traction wise, I've hopped on today and I've had no issue at all. To be fair, for the most part, you are in ruts on this track using the middle of the tyre. So no issue, no issue with grip in that regards at all. There's nowhere where I've really been trying to flat track at all. I'm running a point, I think it's 0.9 in road that I'm running right now, and I'm not really seeing too much in the way of deformation. I am only on lap 4, to be fair, so that might be a little bit harsh, but yeah, I'm guessing the track might not be that soft. Maybe it takes a little bit longer for it to break down. Bishop did say on the post of this track that it is not an exact replica to the real life track, and reason being it is, I'm guessing maybe there was a set of jumps in real life that maybe you could send some very unrealistic double, table to table, I don't know, but that does seem to be the thing that happens a lot in this game when you copy a track one-to-one from real life, is you'll get some sort of unrealistic line where the bikes are so quick and the suspension's so capable, and you haven't got the fear of crashing like you do in real life as well. So that's probably why I see some people get annoyed with when people put invisible walls on tracks as well, like in the sky, so you can't send one jump to another. But that is just to, I guess, keep a sense of realism, you know. I don't mind it when they put it on aerial tracks, for example, that follows the American series, because there are some absolutely disgustingly huge jumps out there that in-game you probably can send, yes, but in real life, nobody's crazy enough to do so, because they would end up in hospital afterwards. I'm enjoying this track so far, though. It's very flowy. There's multiple line choices in each corner, even though in typical me fashion I probably have taken the same line over and over again. It looks absolutely fine as well. The 3D grass is quite nice. There's enough of a crowd and detail all around the place to make it feel like you are in an actual track. It's not just a, what do you call it? You're not just like floated in the abyss, is how I like to word it sometimes. It is not a difficult track by any means. I done one of these oceanic tracks before, and it was actually a bit of a struggle. I think it was more of like a sandy base, so it was a bit more whooped out. But this one seems really straightforward. I don't even know if I've crashed yet in just normal running of the laps. I've just been riding around no issue. There was that one tabletop back there that I've just gone through that I kept over jumping into the face of, which is giving me a bit of a weird rebounding kick. But if you're gonna send a jump 20 feet too far and land in the face of the next jump, of course you're going to get a little bit of a kick. The actual track itself feels absolutely fine. I don't know if it is just where I'm rocking a Supercross suspension, so maybe it's a little bit more forgiving on the rougher stuff. For example, if you're pounding through whoops, you need a suspension that can do whoops. But the rough stuff on the track doesn't feel as rough as it looks, which is always a good thing. It feels very straightforward. It's nice and simple as well. So yeah, I don't know how many rounds there are in this series, but keep an eye out for them. It probably says on the MXB Mods post as well, and I just haven't read it through in its entirety. But give it a read. I think other than that, there's an Australian Supercross series that goes on at the moment that I know is definitely at 8 AM my time, which, again, can't really do at that time. And then, other than that, I don't know if there's going to be any WSX stuff going on. Maybe there's an odd series here or there. I know people are hosting races through MyMXB at the moment. I did an AOMX race the other week. Well, it was on the Friday just gone actually, and I probably won't do another one. The actual event itself and how it was hosting was absolutely fine. I had no issue with it, and Kellen streams it as well from a commentator's perspective. If anybody wants to be on Start Your Systems, and go and qualify for that as well. The only issue for me was I did really badly feel the effects of me having the higher ping in the lobby. So usually I'm rocking somewhere around 30 on EU servers. In that race, that was my first crash. In that race, I was rocking around 90 ping. And whilst that doesn't sound a lot, every, let's say, engagement I seem to get into with other riders, I seem to come out worse for it. Moto 2 wasn't too bad. I managed to get a fairly lucky start. I managed to dodge a lot of bikes and came out in maybe like 5th. But the race 1 start, oh my goodness, I don't think I've had many worse first laps than that. And it's not even really anybody's fault, you know. It's just the way, like, if you just can't rub shoulders with each other. And it is a motocross game at the end of the day, and I feel like you should at least be able to rub elbows a little bit and not go flying across your screen. But at the end of lap 1, I think I was about 40 or 45 seconds down from the lead, and once you get to that stage, there's not really any chance of you doing any sort of meaningful damage. So I think I had my worst 2 results for a really long time. I went 8 and... oh, it might have been 9. It's either 8 or 9th in Moto 1. And then 5th in Moto 2. And the 5th in Moto 2 was my own fault. That was a big old choke from me. I went from 2nd, only about 10 seconds off the lead at one point, and then just made a whole bunch of mistakes, a whole bunch of crashes. And that was kind of the race where I thought, maybe the Fantic isn't for me after all, even though I've been feeling somewhat comfortable on it, because I was just getting absolutely gapped by the KTMs. They were gone on the straights. I might have forgot to mention that it was on Lommel, the most recent Lommel that we got from JV. So sand track, obviously speed matters, carrying that momentum on the straights is really, really important, and the Fantic just didn't have it for me. In terms of bikes moving forwards, whilst I do still hand on heart believe that the KTM is the fastest, these are 450s by the way, I still have not ridden any 250s other than the KTM 250 for 2 laps. In the world of 450s, I do still wholly believe the KTM is the fastest machine, but I'm trying to get good on the Yamaha just for something different, because I don't like seeing the whole gate being the same bike over and over again. I can't hate on people for doing it, because at the end of the day, on that professional side of things, we're all there to win. Essentially, we want to do as well as we can, so we don't want to put ourselves at a handicap as such. But I'm gonna try the Yamaha, see how it goes. It definitely feels a lot better indoors than it does outdoors, and I'm hoping that with the setup I've got on it, I might be able to get good enough starts that I can then afford to give up half a second or a second a lap to the KTMs around the rest of the track. We shall see. I'm still excited for outdoors. I wouldn't say I'm as excited for SMX, just because the layout of the tracks, they didn't look great in real life, so I'm hoping they can do some magic in game to make them a bit more enjoyable. I don't know. But then I am excited for 2025 Supercross. So I think everyone's going to be at the top of their game. I do believe, I probably say this every year, I think it's going to be the hardest one to win out of all of them so far. It's going to be the most stacked. I think Rax has said he might do EU instead of NA, because there's not really any competition in NA at all. Which is absolutely fair enough. That's one more position that I won't be getting in EU, because he's a hell of a lot faster than I am. But it should be a good time all round. I plan on live streaming every single round. I don't know what the future holds yet in terms of if I'm going to be able to do every round. It's a very long series. Committing to 18 weeks in a row is a hell of a big commitment. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes. But good stuff. Very excited for the for next year as well. Another year of grinding some motocross and bicycles for you guys. And again, just want to say thank you. Everyone's been very, very supportive recently, and I feel like I need to apologise really for not having the daily uploads. But you need a break every now and then, especially when you start live streaming quite often as well. You don't want to burn yourself out really. But to Bishop, track's really, really enjoyable. To people that may not have seen this series before, definitely go and check it out. I think a lot of the information is on the MXB shop. In terms of like a Discord link and things like that, I'm not too sure, unfortunately. I believe it's probably hosted through my MXB, so you'll probably be able to scroll through the race list on there and see like the times and join Discords, all that good stuff. But other than that, nothing else to say. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, then please do drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new. It's always very, very much appreciated. And I hope you have a lovely rest of the day, whatever you're up to. I will catch you all in the next video. Peace.
Lynn's in the zone, never backing down. Riding MX bikes, he's the talk of the town. 2022 champ with a YouTube crown. His game is tight, no signs of slowing down. Late nights, bright lights, he's chasing that fame in the digital arena. Writing his name, she's a 10 out of 10. Supporting his lane, hairline might receive, but his passion's the same.